although they didn't play amazingly, Spurs are looking all right too.
Yeah, we got the points. It wasn't a great performance. A little bit concerned about Son with his performances right now. Be interested. I want to actually ask some Spurs fans, about maybe going to a 4 at the back at home and trying to get them all in the side. But I feel like we need a little bit more creativity in midfield. Playing 3-4-3, Højbjerg and Bentancur, I think they struggle to kind of really get hold of the game, and Wolves dominated us in midfield, and I think that's a problem for us a little bit.
Do you think you're going to get that with Conte a little bit?
Yes, because I know he loves that 3-4-3 formation, but I spoke to Jason about it when he was Chelsea manager, and he did change. He eventually did go to a 4 and played like a 4-2-3-1. And I think when you've got Richarlison on the bench, and can you fit them all in? Can you get Kulusevski, Kane, Son and Richarlison in the team? And I think the only way to do that is if you go 4 at the back.
Didn't he start with a 4 at Chelsea and then switch to a 3 when he played Arsenal? Wasn't that it? I'm sure that was it. I'm sure they switched to 3 at the back.
Yeah, I know he likes this 3-4-3, but it's not like set in stone that he's going to play. He has changed it in the past, and I just think, look, certain games there might be like when you're playing against Wolves who are good on the ball, good in midfield, players that know how to keep it. We lacked a little bit of creativity in it. We found it hard in the end to get a foothold in the game. Still got the points, which is great, but Wolves really, they would have come away from that disappointed. So change of mentality for Spurs, not playing well, but still getting wins. That's the main thing for us. And I was really happy with the points, but just a little bit concerned about Son. He got dragged again, come off after 75 minutes. And he didn't look happy coming off. He's not used to that. Do
you think that Spurs still have the best front 3 in the league at this point in time?
Yes.
You do? Even though he got dragged at half-time?
Well, he can come off half-time. 75 minutes he come off. So.
Right, so.
Yeah, he hasn't... Look, he's still a world-class player. He's just, you can't... I'm not going to change my opinion on that in, 2 weeks of the season. Who's better?
I love how angry that made you.
It's wound me up.
It's really wound him up. It's only 8 minutes past 6. It's going to be a long day, isn't it? Why do you think he got taken off then?
Well, he's not been. He's just not got going yet.
Right.
And look, there's loads of ways to start a season, right? You can start the season flying. You can be average. You can be okay. Son hasn't got going yet, and that's just a little bit of concern for me. I'm sure he'll find his feet. He gets a couple of goals and then be back in business. But I think he feels like maybe he's the one that's getting taken off of Richarlison at the minute, and that can kind of be...
It can get in his head a little bit.
Can get in your head. Yeah. You're thinking, I've only got kind of 70 minutes here to really turn up and make something happen. So you start being a little bit more selfish. You start doing things you wouldn't normally do. He's always been like a 90-minute man. Him and Harry Kane never got took off. Some would score late goals. Now I look at it and he's probably thinking I'm the guy that's coming off for Richarlison at the minute, and that can annoy you, because I've had that in the past where you're the guy that you're like the first sub, that when the manager makes a sub you're the guy that comes off all the time, and it starts to wind you up in the end.
Isn't it up to him though? Isn't that the whole point of bringing in a Richarlison or something, to make those guys work harder?
Yeah, I mean, it's competition for places, absolutely. And that's what you want. It's great, because in games where you're not playing well, Richarlison's come on and changed the game. So it's great. It's what we want. I'd just like to maybe see if we can get him in the team from the start. And that's why I think, maybe going to a 4 at home when we dominate more of the ball in midfield, and see if we can get him in there. Can you put Kulusevski as a 10, and then put Richarlison on the right and get all 4 of them in there.